and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Monli Saurambai, bringing you the Salesian news across the globe. During the 121st Plenary Assembly of the Argentine Bishops' Conference held on November 7th to 11th at the Retreat House La Montonera in the city of Pilar, near Buenos Aires, Argentina, bishops named Saint Artemides Zati, SDB, the patron saint of the nurses of Argentina. Since news broke last April that Pope Francis would canonize the relative of all the poor, the idea that Zati might become the patron saint of nurses began to spread across the country. Now, with the bishop's declaration, this patronage has been fulfilled. A life dedicated to caring for the health of the poorest in the area of Viedma, in particular, and the district of Viedma, along with the city of Carmen de Patagones in general, propitiated this nomination of Salesian coadjutor Artemides Zati. In the Argentine Republic, according to data published in August 2022 by the Federal Observatory of Human Resources and Health, a body dependent on nation's Ministry of Health, nursing professionals represent a total of 234,527 people, which in relation to the country's population means 52.90 nurses per 10,000 inhabitants. On 13th of November 2022, the liturgical memorial of Saint Artemides Zati, a Salesian brother, was celebrated. He was canonized on 9th of October 2022 at Rome in St. Peter's Square. For the occasion, Father Pigluri Cameroni, Postulator General for the causes of the Salesians of Don Bosco, shared the testimonies of the saint's collaboration with the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians in the mission of the San Jose Hospital in Viedma, Argentina. The relationship of Saint Artemides Zati with the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians is part of the great and heroic history of the Salesian missions in Argentina, the first frontier of Don Bosco's apostolic heart, and in the history of the mission carried out by Zati in Viedma for over 50 years at the service of the poor and the sick. The Daughters of Mary Help of Christians had been working for the women's section of the San Jose Hospital in Viedma and for the kitchen since the time of Father Geron. There were usually two. The sisters' building was initially closely connected with the building of the Salesian house, and therefore collaboration was easy. At the time of Zati, the house of the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians had already been moved to another location, but the sisters continued their service in the women's ward until the San Jose Hospital had to move to Quinta San Isidro on the outskirts of the city. While providing the sisters, out of a clear need for prudence, their service to the women's ward, Zati had to provide for the entire organization and material needs of the entire hospital. Among the sisters who lent their work, we remembered Sister Severina Teghil, who worked there from 1895 to 1940, and then Sister Maria Grana and Sister Maria Mendes. Sister Severina was rather uncompromising, at times even with Zati himself, while he treated people and businesses with a criterion of goodness. Nearly 15,000 Salesian priests, brothers and novices are working in more than 130 countries around the globe, bringing education, workforce development and social programs to poor youth and their families. They work in some of the most challenging circumstances and are among the first to respond during humanitarian crisis or natural disasters. On the occasion of World Day of the Poor, celebrated on November 13, 2022, for the sixth time since it was established by Pope Francis, Salesian Missions, the U.S. development arm of the Salesians of Don Bosco, highlights unique educational and social programs that are helping poor and at-risk youth meet their basic needs, receive an education, and find a path out of poverty, bringing them hope for the future. In coordination with the Salesian Provincial House and with financial support from Salesians in Central America, donors and other charitable organizations, Salesian missionaries set out to support this community. The first step was to purchase municipal land for the construction of new housing and the church. The work took the cooperation of the local Don Bosco Center and the Salesian-run Talita Kumi Center. From Sunday, November 6th to Saturday, November 12th, the provincial councils of the Central and Northern Europe region, together with the regional councillor Father Roman Jachi Muwix, took part in the spiritual exercises preached by Father Angel Fernandez Arteme, the Rector Major and 10th successor of Don Bosco. It was a time for many reflections presented by the Rector Major around the theme of consecrated Salesian identity in light of the 28th General Chapter. The Rector Major indicated a number of priorities related to the service of governance and animation of the provincial with its council, care for the life and vocation of each confrere, evangelization and education of young people in the faith, and the preferential option for the poorest and neediest children and youth as an essential feature of Salesian charismatic identity. During these days of the spiritual exercises, all Salesians present had ample personal time to pray and the opportunity for Eucharistic adoration with an exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. Each day also offered the opportunity to ask questions to the Rector Major on various topics of the importance to Salesian life and mission and present one's personal reflections. Moreover, everyone was also given the opportunity to learn more about the Salesian complex of Valdoco with a guided tour of the Museum Casa Don Bosco and the Basilica with a crypt of relics. Around 700 young people who between Saturday 5th and Sunday 6th November participated in the Savio Club at Coli Don Bosco. 2 precious days of joy, games and reflection together with the animators, the Salesians and the daughters of Maria Auxiliatrix who organized the various activities and the escorts of the Salesian houses and the speakers. The first and second grade students reflected on the theme of joy and happiness as one of the ingredients of holiness offered by Don Bosco, while the third grade students tackled the theme of family relationships with the help of some testimony. Finally, thanks to the possibility of confessions during the day, the kids experienced what it means to live a holiday with a free heart. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.